Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Welcome to another stream, ladies and gentlemen. I promised you all entertainment during the international break. I know you guys are bored as hell. You get me? I promised you all some entertaining content. I promised you all something different to look forward to this international break. We did the streams earlier on with Babs, Dan Potts and Igal. We did the stream yesterday with the overrated 11s. We did the Kopish collaboration with Trent leaving. There's a lot of content coming your way as well tomorrow, inshallah. So watch out for that. And today, I am joined by an icon of the YouTube world, ladies and gentlemen. Obviously, he doesn't invite me on the channel because he knows I will cook the crap out of Manchester United. So he doesn't want to take paracetamol, and it's impossible to take paracetamol during Ramadan. So you have to wait after iftar to take a paracetamol. And he knows I'm going to absolutely cook his ass when it comes to his football club. But regardless, my brother, you get me, absolutely love watching his shows, and he's definitely one of the goats of the football content creation space. Joining us, of course, the man, the myth, the legend, man like Saeed is in the building. How are you doing, Saeed?
Yo, what you saying? Alhamdulillah.
How's you don't get intros like this anywhere else.
Yeah, that's it, man. That's it. Maybe flawless. He's got good intros. But now, big up, man. Big up. Thanks for having me on. And Ramadan Mubarak to everyone around the world. May Allah accept our rewards. And yeah, man. And yeah, alhamdulillah, can't complain. And yeah, we're here on Don Husam's channel, man. Is that your name now? Don Husam, innit? It's not more football thingy anymore, innit? It's Don Husam. There you go. We're here. Don Husam.
I changed it after the Zubimendi rant. I realized everyone knows Don Husam. No one knows this is football. I was just like,
bro, let me tell you something. My channel was called United Central, back in the day. Yeah. And then the problem was, it's like people remember names. They don't remember, like, they can remember channels, if they're GOAT level. But because we're kind of starting off relatively small and we go up, people just know Don Husam or Saeed TV. It's easier, man. So yeah, man. Big up to you, and yeah. Your club is in a bit of a madness right now, but we move. You know what I mean? We move.
You have the audacity to talk about my club in a madness. Yeah, your club has been in a madness for 13 years. Yeah, have some
yeah. We took on the baton, man. Obviously, you guys were bad when I was growing up. Like, you were looking at there was no social media, man, and there was actually no Liverpool fans around. Like, I genuinely never knew any Liverpool fan. Like living in Manchester.
But you grew up in Manchester, right?
Yeah, I know. And I still didn't know any Liverpool fans. You lot were hiding. And listen, United fans, you can tell we're outside. You know what I mean? We show our faces, man. You know what I mean? Like, I know that's because of social media and there was no StreamYard and YouTube back in the day. But yeah, man, honestly, you guys were bad. And obviously, we're now bad. You know what I mean? And yeah, you guys given us a baton, man. But let's see how long you guys dominated it, because we dominated for what? 20 years? Let's see if you look how long you can dominate for, man.
Yeah, but we've already had our dominant era. We don't need to dominate again. I think the only two clubs in England that have had dominant periods are United and Liverpool anyway.
Yeah, yeah.
You won 30 leagues in 30 years. I think your dominant era was like 90s and 2000s. Our dominant era were 70s and 80s. That's when we dominated.
I think yeah, you know what? It probably is. Them periods are gone. But
I think it's obvious to see who's dominant now. I think it's probably Man City, to be fair.
Yeah. But I do believe, like, people don't maybe give Liverpool the respect because they haven't dominated in the modern era. At least United was kind of modern era-ish, post-Premier League season. I think people are looking for Liverpool to dominate the new era of football. Whether they can do that, whether it's possible anymore, whether football works like that anymore, we'll see. But
with FSG, I don't think it is. But we'll get into the football in a second.
Yeah,
we'll speak about it in a second. First of all, before we get started, do you like the thumbnail?
You know what, man? The thumbnail is quality. I personally didn't see that. You know when Faz was saying it, man, I was like, what? Actually, like, your thumbnails aren't that bad. It used to be bad before you changed it to the new guy. I remember there was a period of change. I don't know if it was when you got your new setup or it was just before that. But I remember your match reactions was like, right, is this actual Sam's channel? Like, the thumbnails look good. I don't know if that was because you changed it to the guy that you is right now, but I've never had a problem with your thumbnails, man. Yeah. In fact, I'll tell you something about thumbnails. Thumbnails, as much as it's it's vital because it gives you the context. Bro, I've had thumbnails here where, bro, you can still get views from. Like, it don't matter. You know what I mean? Like, you can still, people subscribe to you, not the thumbnail.
Yeah, this is
You know
true.
what I'm saying?
This is true. I think
So-
my most, I think my most viewed thumbnail was, I think my most viewed match reaction, was a thumbnail I made actually, which is a shit thumbnail as well. So
yeah.
I hear what you're saying.
Or if you
I
look
do
at
hear it.
Twitch, go look at Twitch. Like, it's a still image. It's not like
Yeah, there's no
thumbnail, but still, you're seeing about 90,000 people watching it.
Yalla, Val, you got your love at least at the start of the stream. Before we get to the football and stuff like this, you know, you broke the internet for the last 3 days with the idea that you
Yeah,
made.
I know.
The tier list stuff. Now that you've seen the reaction over this last 3 days and stuff, let me get a neutral background on here. Now that you've seen the reaction over this last 3 days and stuff like this, what's your reaction to the reaction, if you would like?
What I've realized is that we're a soft generation and people take things too personal, and everything was subjective. It's my opinion. It's not factual. You know what I'm saying? It's not. I can't say that people in that channel need a rebrand. It's factual. It's my opinion. You know what I mean? Other people might think, you know what, they don't need a rebrand. Other people might think AFTV are the GOATs. I still think they're the GOATs, but my kind of opinion was as of now, what we're seeing right now. And I said to myself, you know what, Filthy Fellas, they're not, right now, the content is a bit meh. It's not what it used to be. So I kind of like, you know what it is for me? It's like, I didn't think people would make content out of it. But then again, you know what I mean? I don't know. Maybe that's just the name of the game of international break. It was boring. It was dead. There wasn't really a lot of content. Obviously, we had the Trent news right now. And if you'd have put the Trent news while in the tier list, nobody would have given a shit about the tier list because the Trent news was the highest kind of talking point, or the biggest talking point. So for me, it was a little bit of a laugh. It wasn't meant to be serious. If you take it serious, wallahi, that's on you, man. That's really on you. It's not meant to be serious. It's not meant to be like obviously factual. It's just opinion. Obviously, Faz was there, Rance was there towards the end, and that was it. You know what I mean? And maybe I regret maybe putting AFTV in the mare because I feel like they respect the GOAT level. But then I'd say it to Robbie's face that I don't really like your content that much anymore. Like, I think it's a bit too media, too bit more like mainstream, if I'm being honest with you. But then again, if it works for them and it's getting them numbers and whatnot, then that's up to them. You know what I mean? So good to them. I prefer authentic content. I prefer like you know what I mean, and whatnot. Like, I prefer like you giving me your opinion. Anyone who sits on the fence and doesn't give their opinion, I don't really watch you, if I'm being honest with you. If you're just kind of like, it's a bit, I'm like Babs, for example, like I'll respect his work, but I ain't gonna lie to you, I won't watch his content. I won't, if I'm looking for Arsenal reaction, I won't watch Babs, but I'll check it out. I'll get what I need from him and get his experience and knowledge, but I won't be like, hello and welcome to Arsenal. And I won't, that's not for me. But you see, Deluded Gunner, them man there that give their opinion, Lee, I'll watch them because I'm like, you know what? I'm actually getting a bit something from this. So that's it, man. That's the name of the game. And listen, everyone's got their own way of doing things. Just because you don't agree with it doesn't mean that it's wrong. Babs gets his numbers and respect to Babs. People get their numbers, respect to them. But for me, for what I watch, it's all about opinions, man. That's it. And we live in that.
I did a reaction to the I did a reaction. Hello, Minna the fraud.
Yeah, big up Minna.
Actually here. I don't know if that's real,
what does that mean?
I have no idea what that means. I think she wrote something by mistake. But Minna, you're at least here one time without Liverpool having bad news. Because you see this Minna, she disappeared from my chat for 3 months. She came in my chat as soon as Trent announced he was going to leave. You're such a fraud. You're actually one of the biggest frauds, Minna. I realize this. But look, with the tier list, people in the chat will vouch as well. When I did my reaction to it, I was like, listen, this is subjective. Everyone is entitled to their opinion. Even if they put me in rebrand, everyone's like, at the end of the day, everyone's entitled to their opinion. I don't think it's that deep, to be honest with you.
Trust me.
I didn't put anyone down from the list. I just moved people up on the list. Like, I put LB in underrated. I put Carefree Lewis in underrated. I took them up a level as well because I think they deserve it. And I'll be honest with you, I did put AFTV and the Football Terrace up there because it's
fair,
just for me. I'll tell you what it is. I understand where you're coming from, like in terms of like at this moment in time, but at the end of the day, if it weren't for AFTV, we wouldn't have seen Troops. We wouldn't have seen like all these guys. You get me? So they're kind of the people that like first started the shit, if you would like. So I gave an analogy similar to football. I was like, everyone knows that Messi is not the best player on earth right now, but he is the GOAT. Like you could say, as things stand right now, like Salah is probably better than Messi right now. Salah is better than Ronaldo right now. But if I'm doing an all-time list, I'm putting Ronaldo and Messi way above Salah. So that's the thing that I said. But at the end of the day, like you said, it's subjective. It's not really like that deep, to be honest with you. And it's good to make the list. And big up to Rance for upgrading me, because you and that fraud.
What did that put you in?
He put me good in it. Put me good.
But the thing is, though, underrated.
And then Rance came in, I was like, underrated. And then I wanted to thank Rance, and I'm blocked on Rance's channel. But I saw what Rance said.
Wow.
Yeah, bro, I saw what he said. He's like, whoever blocked Husam, I'm going to block you. He was telling him moderator.
I think,
bro, I went into Rance's chat. I was like, yo, thank you, Rance. And I realized I'm fucking blocked. I'm like, what's going on? Like,
the mods might be a little bit aggressive over there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Same with my one as well. Some of the mods are a bit aggressive with the blocks, man. So
that's why I give all the content creators the mods, so they can never get like a banned or anything. But just want to talk to you about the tier list to begin with, because I do think that the idea is very original and creative, and I love the fact that it gave us all content as well, just reacting to it and speaking about it.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, I will say this, and even I said it, I had a different idea. I spoke to Halimi. I was like, look, I want to do a tier list for channels below 50k. So I wanted to do that, like, because like I'm not gonna rank like Saeed and Rance and stuff, because they've been doing this for 10 years. So I was like, let me go do channels below 50k and do a tier list and speak about like the new generation and stuff like this. But then I was like, khalas, I just don't want to do it. You get me? And I think someone else might do that idea. So it is what it is. But regardless, let's get to the football side of things. And before we talk about your club, I want to talk about my club. And I want to talk about this chat, because we have 550 people in here and we're not even at 200 likes yet. You guys are a bunch of frauds. You get me? This conversion rate is unacceptable. Hit the like button. Saeed is joining Don Husam. You get me? This is a collaboration. Hit the like button and
hit the like button, people.
Shawnee, 20 times, 20 times, 20 times. This is what I'm about to ask Saeed about.
Do we sing it together, man? Come on.
Get ready. Sing it together, my ass. You can't sing that no more. It's done for
Why not? Why not? I suppose I still sing that. We can still sing it. Well, if you're not at the stadium and you're not there, we can still sing it. You know? I'm sure people sing Champions of Europe. You'll never sing that. It's the same thing, right?
No, I'll tell you why it's not the same thing. I need Faz here. Saeed and Husam, the GOATs. Free Palestine. Always free Palestine. Always free Palestine. Big up to you, Quart. And big up to you, Shawnee. Despite the fact you always send me hateful comments, today you actually brought a positive one. So, here's the thing. Liverpool Football Club. You, watch-alongs, hate-alongs. You get me? Everything that you've done with Liverpool Football Club this season. I want to ask you genuinely, honestly, right now, as a Man United fan, how do you actually feel about Liverpool winning number 20? Like, for real?
You know what, and this is going to be very, very honest here. If you'd have told me this about 3 months ago, I was looking for flights to Kenya. That's where I normally go. Last time when City won the treble, I went to Kenya. Like, I would have been booking flights as far away, and I'd be absolutely mortified, and I'd be absolutely gutted, hurt. And I still will be to a certain extent, But I can't lie. The way the last month has gone for Liverpool, I think it's not gonna hurt me as much as I thought it would be. You know what I'm saying? Because you've got out of the Champions League, got out the FA Cup, you lost in the final to Newcastle. I've been having some fun lately. You know what I mean? So I don't know whether come when you lift the trophy, it's gonna hurt me.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. But right now, I can't lie. My watch-alongs and hate-alongs have been doing good. And at first, you guys were winning every game, and it was bad. But then I was like, yo, It's looking good right now. So it is going to hurt, don't get me wrong. But I feel like somewhat the last month, plus the Trent news, plus possibly Salah and Van Dijk leaving and whatnot, I don't know if it's going to hurt me as much. And I'm being true honest because I'm meant to be the ultimate kind of hater because I live in Manchester, right? And our biggest rivals are Liverpool. Like, forget Man City.
Yeah.
Liverpool and United is the biggest British rivalry, you know? But, yeah, like, it's 20, don't get me wrong. But we kind of also knew that Liverpool were going to win the league for a long time as well. Like, it's not something that's just happened right now, like, all of a sudden, bang. But, yeah, it's going to hurt me, but not to the level that I thought it would be. You see what I mean, bro? So
I get what you're saying, but I think when you see us lift the Premier League, that's when you will switch. The switch in your mind, it's gonna go like, shit, this is actually real. Like, this is actually like,
yeah, bro. It's like dating someone, and the next thing you know, you find out that she's been with your friends, and you're like, nah, don't believe it. Next thing you know, you go to the town centre, and then you see them together in a cafe. And then you're like, yo, damn, it's hit me. You know what I mean? And then you're kind of like, damn, you know what I'm saying? So that's what it is. But obviously, it's one of them where you only feel something when you literally see it right in front of you. And like it's one of them ones, isn't it? You feel me? So you know what I mean? Not that
I know for a fact if Saeed is doing a watch along, let's say he does a watch along for Liverpool Chelsea, and if we beat Chelsea at Stamford Bridge, we lift the league. I think as soon as he sees us lift the league, he's gonna lose his shit. Like, I fully believe this. Like, because then it will sink in. Like, yo, it's 20. You have to be honest now. It's you want a timeout, Will? That's fine. Here we go. So so when it comes to
the man just asked for timeouts.
Yeah, he asked for timeout. I don't think he's been timed. He wanted it. Let's be honest here. You know you're gonna be the second biggest club in England now. It's over. Like, you actually have no argument.
Yeah, of course.
You admit it, so you're not even gonna fight or nothing. Like, you admit it. You are gonna.
Listen, I have to. Like, the facts are the facts. You got more trophies. Whether I believe you're the biggest club, size-wise, fan-wise, revenue-wise, globally, no. But by trophies, yes. By actual feeling and what the clubs are, to put them side to side, Man United will always be bigger than Liverpool. But by trophies,
but how do you measure that as an example? Because even the fans stuff
by trophies, though, I don't think you can, especially by winning one or two. If it was a landslide where you had 5, 6, 7 more Premier Leagues, do you get it? Like, if you had more of everything, I would have been like, you know what, cool. But literally, what is it? 1 or 2 trophies? Is it 1, 2?
I think now if we win this league, I think we're going to be 3 trophies ahead of you.
3 trophies, you know what I mean?
But it's the fact that we have double the Champions Leagues. I
get that. Yeah.
Like, remember, that's something that you use against Arsenal fans all the time, no? You tell them you haven't won the Champions League. Not only we have both won it, but we've got 6, you got 3.
And would you say Man City is bigger than Arsenal?
Would I say City's bigger than Arsenal? I said this publicly this year. I don't think City's bigger than Arsenal yet. I think that if they win another league title, they will be. Because the discrepancy of league titles and Champions League is not enough to cover up for it. Like, that's what I'll say. And the thing is, like, even you had the league title thing above us, you had like 1 more league title. Now, if we have the same exact amount of league titles and we're double your Champions Leagues, I don't think you have an argument. And the thing is with the fan base, and you probably would have noticed this yourself on a reel. You just said it yourself. You didn't meet a Liverpool fan. Look, the fact that Salah is a Liverpool player means there's 200 million Egyptians that support Liverpool. You get me? The fact that Mane became a Liverpool player, you have a Senegalese influx of people supporting Liverpool.
Yeah, of course.
You know? And the fact that we are good allows us to be globalized. I mean, 2 years in a row, I think it was reported, official reports that Liverpool are the most watched club in the Premier League 2 years in a row. So I think, here's the thing, because I'm a 90s kid. I was born in 1995. I'm not going to deny this. The work, marketing-wise, that Man United have done from 1990 to 2010 minimum, you're not going to supersede that in a year. But over these last 3 years, Liverpool have made more revenue than Man United. And as you have said yourself, our fan base is increasing massively now. Like, even though it was big already, I used to live in East Asia. I used to live in Malaysia. 10 years ago, we were crap. I'm talking about like 2015 Liverpool. Like, I'm talking about eliminated in the group stage of Champions League with Ludo Goretz. That's how bad we were, right? Fabio Borini. You get me? That's the team. Even then, in East Asia, we're massive. There's a reason why we do always 12:30 kickoffs Liverpool. It literally came out. It's a public article. It's because we have the most fans in East Asia. But now you're meeting more and more like American Liverpool fans, you know, people from abroad supporting Liverpool. Like we have people in the chat from the Dominican Republic who support Liverpool Football Club. So as the fan base is growing of Liverpool because we're consistently good, and with Man United, as you see with your very own eyes, as the fan base is like, it's no longer growing at the rate it was growing in, you get me? I don't think the discrepancy in fan base is enough to make for double the Champions League.
No, but that fan base was just the one aspect of it. I think in terms of global scale and where Man United are, regardless of winning trophies or not, you know what I mean? Like the eyes and the ears of Man United are there to be seen and heard. I look at it and if you were to ask, and it's all about public opinion, right? If you were to ask every single, let's say you had a research of, let's say, 5,000 fans. You were to ask them, and these were all non-United and Liverpool, you know, fans, and you have to ask them who's a bigger club, United or Liverpool. I know for certain they will say Man United is a bigger club. So if I ask you the question, why is that? Why would you say that?
I disagree with you, not based on my experience. Most people I'm asking now, like including content creators we work with, they say now, that's why I asked you based on the number 20. Most of the people I work with, even LB said it to me this season. Listen, you win number 20, khalas. Like they literally have no argument, in my opinion. Even if you do have like more fan base or revenue or name, if you have equal league titles and the other club has double your Champions Leagues,
you got to remember
no
the
leg
dominance
to stand
we had in the 90s and the way we dominated the Premier League in the Premier League era. That's why we're more relevant than you lot. You guys dominated the 70s and 80s, but that was pre-Premier League era.
You think you're more relevant now?
No, I'm just saying like the relevancy in Man United is why I think Man United is a global club in terms of.
I don't think you're more relevant now, though.
No, I'm not saying now. I'm not saying now. I'm talking about that's how our relevancy came from.
Habibi, you're 14th. If you're more relevant
no,
now,
we're 14. I understand that.
I'm not even talking about I'm talking about relevance, which is your point. If Man United lose a game right now, the world is not ending. But if Liverpool lose a game, the world ends. You know this.
Really?
Yes. Prime example, if Man United got knocked out versus Sociedad, do you think it would have the same negative reaction of us getting knocked out against PSG? Did you see how many fans were talking about us?
Yeah, but the thing is, though, United at the minute are not as good as Liverpool. So
relevancy.
That right there is not fair because United. It's like you guys 2015 getting beat by what did you say, Ludogorets? Come on, bro. Like who cares about Liverpool for Ludogorets? All I'm saying is the measurement of why I say relevancy to Man United is because the success for the 90s is very, very. It's soon. Like it's not. It's still fresh. Like I'm not saying we're still thinking about it right now, and I'm still reliving the memories, but it's fresh. Whereas, where's your success? What it's built off? It's been what 2 Champions Leagues in the last 20 years? Is it?
Yeah, 2 Champions Leagues, 2 league titles since 2005.
Yeah. So I mean, like in that time, you know, I mean, United. What?
But when you talk about social media influx over the last 12 years, it's grown a lot more.
Yeah, I think I've seen something there about United and Man City being the top 2 in terms of social media biggest clubs. But again, I don't really do social media. But right now, like I said to you, right now, you lot are the biggest in terms of trophies. But as a global club and how it's meant to be, I still think Man United are bigger than Liverpool. And again,
so you're saying as a franchise, basically.
Yeah, but yeah, we are though. I think clubs, you have to like. You can't say Real Madrid is not a franchise. Real Madrid is a big franchise and
but I think Real Madrid is the biggest club in the world.
Yeah, that's non. I'm saying as a franchise though, you can still say Real Madrid is a franchise though because it's that big of an organization.
Yeah, of course,
it's a franchise because it goes to so many masses around the world. So I think for me, do I still put myself on Real Madrid's category in terms of global scale? Yes, but who's the actual bigger club? Real Madrid. See what I mean there? See what I've done there? So in terms of Liverpool, trophies, what we're feeling right now, big up Callum. In terms of trophies right now, amazing. But in terms of global scale, Man United is still big. But again, for me, it don't really mean a lot. I'm not going to brag about it. I'm not. You're not going to.
I'll end this section by asking you an honest question. I want an honest answer.
Yeah.
Let's say Man United have 100 million fans and Liverpool have 70 million fans. Would you trade 30 million fans for 3 Champions Leagues?
Yeah. 30 million for 3 Champions League? Of course I would.
There you go. There you go.
Yeah, of course I would.
Just say it.
Trophies, but I would never disregard trophies, though. Never.
I'm not asking you to disregard trophies. I'm just kind of explaining in an indirect way why I think trophies matter a lot more than fans and stuff like this.
You don't lose fans though. That's the thing. You can't like lose.
Yeah, but I'm telling you right now, I'm offering Saeed a trade. Like you trade 30 million fans, or you have the same exact fans as us, but would you take 3 Champions Leagues for the 30 million fans?
Yeah, but in that time, why haven't you become a bigger club?
That's not the question. That's not the question.
You
Man United have 100 million fans. Liverpool have 70 million. Okay, you have 30 million more fans than us. I tell you, listen, you now have 70 million fans as well, but I give you 3 Champions Leagues more. Do you take it?
No, but of course, I'm going to take trophies as well. I'm going to, that's what I do. But I think for me, I also reverse that and be like, yo, you win trophies, you get more fan base. You know what I mean? So that's the thing, though. And you guys have still, I don't think I've been able to do that more than Man United. Like, become globally bigger than Man United by all the trophies that you got. You see what I'm trying to say? Like, why haven't you been able to?
Yeah, we are growing. We are growing right now.
You're growing, but you've never surpassed Manchester United in that scale. You know
but there are years over this last 5 years where we made more revenue, been more watched. So that's only step by step.
And that is because your success has been through the 80s and obviously 70s. You know what I mean? Like, generally, I'm not even kidding you. Like, Liverpool fans were not seen on the streets in the 2000s. It weren't.
Manchester United, I'm aware of that. Even in the UAE growing up, I was like the only Liverpool fan in my school, bro. Like,
Manchester United, you know how unique Manchester United is? We will be at maximum capacity.
Reminiscing. Habibi, Salah has more followers than Man United on Instagram. There's levels to this now. You're reminiscing about the good old days. Have some shame.
You know the beauty of Manchester United. Yeah, no matter how bad we are, we will still sell 72,000 seats in a stadium. 70,000, and that just shows you the unwavering support that Man United has. No matter how bad we are, still people will.
Yeah, but we sold out in our bad era as well. I remember watching Carabao Cup against North.
Yeah, your bad era wasn't as bad as our bad era, though.
Really?
Yeah.
Roy Hodgson, Maxi Rodriguez, winner away at Bolton to get us out of 17th place.
I can't lie. I don't think it was as bad as, I'll be real with you. Your era,
but not by March time. Not by March.
You know why? You know why? You didn't spend as much as United did. You didn't have the expectations Man United did. You didn't have the caliber managers Man United did.
Yeah, this is true.
This Man United team is honestly the worst. We see Liverpool was bad. Don't get me wrong. I remember Liverpool era, but this is absolutely terrible. Bro.
It's way worse.
It's way worse, bro. We're 13 with a team that spent so much money. Look at the team that finished last year out of the Champions League. Come on, bro. Like it's not even.
Yeah, comparable. I hear you. You're breaking all the bad records right now, like worst ever team in the Champions League and stuff like this. You see
what I mean, bro? So
you are.
That's why.
Listen, before we go into Man United, there's a separate topic I do want to ask you about before we do that. As you can see it in the title as well. First of all, big up to all of you guys in the chat. Make sure you guys are liking the video. Make sure you guys are subscribing. Saeed TV, of course. If you don't know him, it's in the description. Go give him a subscribe, please.
Yeah, big up, man.
We do have 800 people in the building. Let's try to get 400 likes ASAP. So please,
let's do it.
Subscribe. I will ask you a question.
Yeah,
I asked you a question at the start of the season when Salah was on a madness.
Yeah,
the Salah Hazard thing.
Yeah.
Now, you told me something 6 months ago. No matter what Salah does, he's never gonna supersede Hazard. Do you still hold that opinion?
Absolutely.
Why?
Absolutely, man. There is nothing that Salah could do that will make me ever contemplate moving and switching sides to be to think that he's better than Hazard.
Why?
Never.
Why?
I just think overall it comes down to football ability. I think Hazard is, for me, a better footballer than Hazard, than Mo Salah. Goals and assists, I give it to Salah all day long. You know what I mean? No one can chat to Salah in terms of goals and assists, efficiency. But what do you watch football for, Husam?
To win trophies?
Yeah, that's one of them. Yeah. What's the kind of like thing that gets you out of bed every morning and think, yo, today I'm watching Liverpool because of what? To enjoy, is it to enjoy football? Do you enjoy football first before you look for results and everything like that? Is it the love of the game that keeps you intact with it? Let me know.
I mean, most international fans, and I think even you working with international fans.
International fans. I'm thinking of football fan.
No, most international fans started supporting football through a World Cup or something like this. Like, so my first experience of football was 2002 World Cup. I liked Michael Owen, preceded unfortunate events, once a man can never read. And then I started supporting Liverpool Football Club from them. But I'll be honest with you, as things stand, as we've started winning, I enjoy that a lot more than entertainment here and there.
Yeah. No. And
also, can I give you a genuine rebuttal to your statement? I really want you to think about what I'm gonna say, because you're coming at it from an entertainment perspective.
No, not entertainment. Not entertainment.
Tell me, explain to me.
No, my thing is you enjoy,
because you said never. Now the problem is you said never will go above.
Never.
Tell me why.
Because I just think for me, Eden Hazard is a better footballer and a better player than Salah. Like, it's for me, it's like categorically nothing can change my mind, because I know what I'm getting with Salah. I know that he's an unbelievable goal scorer. You know what I mean? But like, for me, if you told me that my GOAT right now, do you know who my GOAT is ever football?
Who?
Ronaldinho.
Oh,
Ronaldinho. Okay. Did he get as much stats as Messi, Ronaldo, and all these players? No. If you look at his actual peak in football, his peak was probably from 2004, 2003, maybe the PSG days, if you add that in. But I'm talking about the real peak was probably about 3 or 4 years of like being at the world's best elite. But do I say now, all of a sudden, he's not my GOAT because, oh, Lionel Messi's got more goals or that player's got more goals? And nah, your GOAT and your favorite player is someone who you resonate with and you have that love for, because he makes you enjoy and watch football. And that's what you eventually, like, you fall in love with football because you've enjoyed that team and you whatever. You don't look at, oh, you know what, he's got a cracking goal here or whatever. The football's about enjoyment. Your love for the game keeps you in this position. So when I look at players, I look for who's a talented player, who excites me, who wants me to keep watching them. That's the kind of the levels I do in terms of liking a player. You know what I'm saying, bro? So that's where it comes down to. Like, Eden Hazard, for me, when you look at goal scoring wise, Salah's ahead of him. Creativity, I think Salah's underrated. I think he deserves a bit more as well. But when I look at a player of Eden Hazard's ability, it's just nothing that I can look at Salah.
So using your logic, would you say Gerrard's better than Scholes then?
Gerrard's not better than Scholes.
Ability? Don't even try with ability.
Ability-wise, I think Scholes is clear of Gerrard.
Oh my God, are you serious?
I'm serious, bro.
What can Scholes do better than Gerrard other than passing?
What do you mean other than passing?
Name one thing more other than passing if you're talking about
100 and odd Premier League goals.
You think Scholes is a better goal scorer than Gerrard?
No, you didn't say better goal scorer than Gerrard. You said to me...
No, but I said ability. You said ability, right?
Ability, yeah.
Other than passing, what does Scholes do better than Gerrard?
If you look at the actual overall game, yeah, dictating from deep, who's a
that's
better
passing.
For me, it's Scholes. You're looking at the actual, when he started off his career as a box-to-box midfielder, he was unbelievable.
Yeah, and he was a false nine as well. That's why he scored a lot of goals.
If you look at his actual longevity in the game, man, this guy was scoring at the age of 38. Yeah, I think it was 35.
Null and void because Gerrard had longevity as well.
He's got an absolute goal. He came from retirement. Yeah, retirement at the age of 38 and helped us win another Premier League title.
Yeah, but now you're talking about trophies. You changed the argument.
I'm talking about a player that's been actually involved. Alex Ferguson said, "Yo, I need your help, bro." What was Gerrard doing?
But that's not your argument. Don't change your argument to suit your narrative. You said you're never going to put Salah. You know I got you tripped up because I know what to say. You know I'm built different when it comes
Don't
to
ever
these debates.
disrespect Scholes, you know.
Wallahi, I survived 3-hour Hamza monologues. You know I can do this.
It's crazy, man.
So let me tell you something. You're talking about ability, and you would never put Salah above Hazard because of ability.
Yeah.
Nothing other than passing does Scholes do better than Gerrard.
Crazy.
Let me tell you.
You tell me what Gerrard is better.
Okay, Gerrard is a better tackler. Don't even try. Better defensively. More versatile. He can play in 10 different positions.
Defensively.
Bro, they used to say the Scholes tackle was putting your leg out.
That's a media narrative, though. That's what I'm saying.
No, that's not a media narrative. Scholes
That's a media narrative that Scholes wasn't a great tackler. That's the media narrative, mate.
That's not a media narrative, and you know.
Honestly, it's the biggest media narrative that Scholes wasn't a great tackler. Just because he lunged in a few times and, he wasn't a great tackler. It was a decent.
Other than passing as an ability, there is nothing that Scholes.
I love how you say
other
than passing. Intelligence. Yeah. Part of the game is intelligence.
Intelligence is part of passing. IQ, overall vision, whatever.
Football IQ. We're looking at one of the greatest the Premier League has ever seen in Paul Scholes. The vision, the awareness, no look passes. We talk about Xavi and Iniesta and all these guys. He sits on that table with Xavi and Iniesta. Oh, the billah. You think Scholes sits on the table with Xavi and Iniesta? No. The only reason why Xavi is on the, it's talked about is because of his sexy name, Xavi Hernandez. Paul Scholes,
I don't believe in sexy names.
It is a sexy name, bro. Scholes, yeah. You know, as Xavi Hernandez goes, yeah. I think he said something along the words of, "I wish I could play alongside him." That amount of gloating words.
We all know you made up fake quotes. Don't even try. 3/4 of the Man United quotes.
The way you insulted.
Can I ask you $1 million question? If Scholes was so important for Man United in the Sir Alex Ferguson era, and he came back from retirement, ask you a very crystal clear question.
Yeah.
Why was Scholes never Man United player of the season? Why did he only make the team of the season 2 times in 30 years of longevity? Why was he never nominated, not won the Ballon d'Or? Why was he never nominated even in the top 20? Midfielders like Gini Wijnaldum and Mason Mount, Jamie Carragher had the Ballon d'Or vote, and Paul Scholes did not. 20 years playing for Man United, he never won Man United Player of the Season. Guys, let me just tell you something. Let me talk because I'm going to cook you on the Scholes thing. Because
we had an unbelievable team.
You changed the goalpost.
Gerrard in your team.
No, you just changed the goalpost. Because you're talking about ability.
It doesn't matter. You're talking about a team that was absolutely littered with world-class players, bro.
Okay, this Liverpool team is really good. Salah still won player of the season. And I won player of the season. Alisson won player of the season.
All Scholes and be like, you know what, right? This guy here, deserves this. Bro, he got on with his job, yeah? Some people just don't get
got on with his job.
Some people don't get their flowers, But
I think Paul Scholes is the most overrated player in Premier League history.
Because Steven Gerrard scores a screamer outside the box here, it resonates with the fans. I hear it. He's got the moments.
Yeah, but that's entertainment. Yeah. You're talking about entertainment for Hazard. That's entertainment.
Because Gerrard has the moments here, it doesn't mean he's a better player than Scholes. Do you know what I'm trying to say?
Oh, that sounds very similar to a certain player that you wouldn't rank above another player. It's crazy, right? When I use your arguments against you, you see how you start moving the goal.
The thing is, what I need to know, the bit that you said at the start is so disrespectful. When you said, apart from passing, there's nothing that Gerrard has above Scholes. And I was like, are you kidding me? Like, that's crazy.
It's true.
Ludicrous. Everything that you said there, Scholes has, if not better than Gerrard.
Gerrard is the most complete midfielder in Premier League history.
Striking ability, Scholes and Gerrard are probably equal. You see what Scholes
Oh my God! Did you just say Scholes and Gerrard ball striking abilities? Are you mad? Did you play football when you were a kid? Were people not screaming Gerrard as they took a 30-yard shot? Have some shame.
Go and look at the goal against Aston Villa. Go and look at the goal against Bradford.
You sure you want to go down this road? How many Gerrard goals can you mention like this?
Are you serious, man? Like,
yes, Scholes, I am serious.
Absolute madness goals, bro. But again, you haven't seen them. It's crazy,
I haven't seen him. I'm a 90s kid. I saw him. Listen, you want to know, guys, chat. Let me tell you what I did here. I did the
Barcelona.
Chelsea fans.
You see the goal against Barcelona?
No, but you know what? Who I do this to as well?
Crazy.
Chelsea fans, I do this too. Carefree Lewis. Hazard is better than Salah because Hazard has more ability. I tell him, okay, Gerrard or Lampard. He knows he can't win that argument anymore. So he says, Gerrard, I'm happy to concede.
Who said that?
Lewis. He's happy to concede. Gerrard over Lampard.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm taking Lampard over Gerrard.
Yeah, but you see, that's the problem. You're just because you
cannot. I generally think for me, Lampard.
Gerrard is the most using your logic, which is ability.
Yeah.
He is the most complete midfielder in Premier League history. He can play 10 different positions. He's played in 10 different positions. He literally has everything at an 8 or a 9 out of 10 level. He can pass, he can shoot, he can create, he can dictate tempo. He did towards the end of his career and one player of the season.
Well.
Yes, he can. Yes, he can. But
Gerrard does right now. Lampard could do that.
Yeah, I think Lampard's better than Scholes. I think it's Gerrard, Lampard, and Scholes. I think Scholes is the most overrated player in Premier League history.
There you go.
And your fan base has managed.
That's the difference between me and you. That's the difference between your understanding of a footballer and the fact that you're crazy enough to say that a player of Paul Scholes' ability is overrated. But I can come in and say, you know what? Gerrard is a top-class, world-class, not even a world-class player, Premier League legend. I can go above the hate of a player, but you are
I don't hate Scholes.
Talking about overrated, a multiple Premier League winner.
Yeah, but you see now you're bringing up trophies. This is a team sport.
Don't forget that a pivotal part in probably.
Why don't you bring up trophies for Salah and Hazard? Where was Hazard's Champions League for Chelsea?
Sorry,
go on. You want to bring trophies? Where was Hazard's Champions Leagues for Chelsea?
Chelsea, obviously, it didn't happen.
He never won it. He came to the team that was already a Champions League winner, and he never won it. Now what?
Yeah, but you got to remember though, after that season, I think they were going through some problems and whatnot. And to be honest with you, when they won the Champions League, their squad wasn't great anyway. If I'm being honest with you, like there was so many holes in that team anyway. And they, when they
keep shifting the goalpost because you're getting
when they finished that season. Come on, bro! Like it was a once in a million. That even
he said he even tweeted, "I'm moving to the Champions League winner." Okay, I'll present you my argument.
Of course, he tweeted that.
I'll present you my argument for Scholes. I think Roy Keane is better than Scholes. That's fair. I think Roy Keane is better than Scholes. I think Scholes is the most overrated player in Premier League history for this. I think the narrative around Paul Scholes changed after he retired because you guys got jealous. Because when I was playing football growing up, even in the UAE, people every day argued Gerrard and Lampard. Wallahi al-azim, no one wanted to be Paul Scholes.
Shout to the UAE,
billah, growing up on the playgrounds, no one. I've confirmed the story with people who grew up worldwide. No one wanted to be Paul Scholes. Wallah, no one said.
Conversation in Jordan, man, not the whole UAE.
Not in Jordan, in UAE. Even like they don't even have Premier League fans as much. When I was growing up, it was mostly Barca Madrid. Point is, this guy never got nominated for a Ballon d'Or. Made Premier League
nominated for Ballon d'Or in world football right now. You know, how many good players have not been nominated for Ballon d'Or?
Well, that's not the point. Actually, perfect question. How many good players have never been nominated for a Ballon d'Or? None, other than Paul Scholes. None.
Oh, you're crazy.
Every great player in Premier League history, Gerrard, Drogba, Lampard, every single one of those guys. Gerrard, 05, 06, 07 made the world 11. Next, and 09, next to Xavi and Iniesta. You see the world 11? In 08, 09, Liverpool won nothing. We got knocked out of the quarterfinal. We lost the league, and we got into the world 11.
I have not been nominated.
I'm using a genuine argument.
But your point is absolutely null and void. It's null and void.
You cannot tell me a player is the greatest. You can't tell me someone is the greatest midfielder in Premier League history. He never even won Man United Player of the Year. That makes no sense. If he was so great, how did he not even win your own club's Player of the Year? How?
Go ahead.
No, but when you say go ahead, I'm actually because this is I'll tell you what.
Actually, no sense though. What you're saying now, it actually it's crazy. You've gone from like putting attributes of Gerrard and claiming that Scholes only has passing to his ability. So that's where your whole argument.
I did not claim he only has passing to his ability.
You know what I mean? Then you just said it apart from passing.
Scholes is a better passer,
and then you go, he's overrated. Like I'm just like it doesn't make sense.
Scholes is a better passer than Gerrard, but Gerrard has everything else. So using Saeed's argument for Hazard Salah, Gerrard is better than Scholes because Gerrard is more complete, has more technique, and is more entertaining.
Let's get back to the real debate because I don't know why you're going to Scholes here because we're going to go back to your boy Mo Salah and Hazard. It's not really 1-0 because
it's 1-0.
You've actually said nothing. But anyway, when you look at Eden Hazard, listen, football. It's like Neymar. Like Neymar, when you look at Neymar as a footballer, people underappreciate what Neymar has done. And you look at his ability and you look at what he's done for PSG, put Brazil on his back. Like, seriously, man, like the disrespect that Neymar gets is absolutely out of this world. But people will look at Yeah, you can put your 1-0s, man. I'm not really too fussed here.
Hey, 90%.
You know what I mean?
Some of them don't even support Liverpool, just so you know.
You know what I mean? It's calm. I'm cool, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm
Just
cool.
so you know.
I'm cool. But like for
The thing
me,
is, I know people
you-
change their energy when it comes to this argument. They do.
yeah.
And that's my problem. If you want
But
to
you know
say
what I mean?
ability,
I don't disrespect Salah though. You're not gonna see me on here and start saying that Salah is a bad player and just because Salah gets assists and goals, like, bro, you're not gonna hear me that. Like, Salah is a world-class player. He's a Premier League legend. He deserves to be in conversations for, I don't know, whatever you want to talk about, like player fee player. Like, he deserves to be in that metric.
yeah.
But you're never ever gonna find me put him ahead of Eden Hazard. That's it. Simple.
Look, okay, hear me out. Just give me 20 seconds to explain myself.
Yeah.
Look, the reason I brought up Paul Scholes is there is always people bring up different stuff to the argument.
Yeah.
Lewis, I gave you an example, now concedes. He says Hazard better than Salah, Gerrard better than Lampard because of ability. If your argument is ability and entertainment, you know deep down, if we're not live and you're just being honest and you're just looking at the ceiling and you're thinking, just ability, pure ability, generally what you can do on a football pitch, the thing that Scholes does better than Gerrard is passing. The thing that Gerrard does better than Scholes is dribbling, shooting, even taking set pieces, defending, more versatile. Like overall, he has the more ability. Now, here's the thing with the whole argument that you're talking about, right? I don't think ability alone. And actually, let's use an example that doesn't exist in football. Okay, I'll give you an example right now, just to explain where I'm coming from with Salah Hazard. I admit Hazard is better technically than Salah. Hazard has more ability than Salah.
Massively,
100%. I will never deny this. See, I'm honest. But I'll tell you this. Here's the problem with the just using ability argument. Let's say there are two players, player X, player Y. Player X has 10 out of 10 ability. Player Y has 7 out of 10 ability. You're saying, regardless what player Y does, he will never be better than player X just because player X has more ability. And that's the thing that I'm like, okay, so this is Salah's story. He came to the Premier League as a Chelsea flop from Roma. We know the tweets at the time. He came in first season, did not take penalties, broke the Premier League record 4 goals. He's the reason why Liverpool are Premier League champions for the first time in 30 years. One of the main reasons why Liverpool were Champions League winners for the first time in 15 years. And now, 7 years later, 8 years later, the guy is still at 32 years old, scoring goals, getting assists. And on top of that, one thing about ability is his ability has improved because, I'll give you a genuine reason. Darwin Núñez is the reason. Because when Darwin Núñez signed for Liverpool, Salah became touchline winger. So he was not getting past players using pace and power anymore. He had to become more creative. And you've probably watched Liverpool games where Salah puts it for Núñez on a plate about 3 times and Núñez misses all 3 of them. So he had to become, and you said it yourself, he's underrated playmaker. He had to become a better playmaker because his role changed. We wanted to make Darwin Núñez the guy that gets the goals. Salah, yalla, touchline winger. So we have seen him get heavy metal football under Klopp. We've seen him play possession football under Klopp. We've seen him play touchline winger. And now we've seen him play this new role under Slot. And consistently 8 years later, you could say he's actually having his best season at 32 years old. Like the evolution of him as a player is no longer pace and power, I'm going to dribble past you type shit. He doesn't dribble as much anymore. Now he is playmaker, he has IQ. Even when he's, I don't know if you watched the Jed Spence video, even when he's talking about Salah, he's talking about he's intelligent.
No,
he's
I agree.
Talking about his intelligence on the pitch. And that's why I rate him higher than Hazard because of consistency. Me personally, when I'm looking at two players, I don't care about trophies.
He's consistently better than Eden Hazard. That's no question about that. Like to score the amount of goals year in, year out, to get the assists, to get the goals. Do you know what I mean? Like it's it's undeniable. Every Chelsea fan can tell you that. Do you know what I mean? But like I said, you know what it is, bro? You have to add the fact that a player that you like and a player that you enjoy watching is a big part of why you think a player is better than another. Like you look at, for example, Bruno Fernandes, right? He gets goals, he gets assists, but like sometimes when you look at other players like that don't get maybe goals and assists and whatnot, but they're better technically, they have more involvement in the team, they make the team better. You could, for example, say to yourself, you know what, I prefer that player there over Bruno Fernandes. But then you got to understand that Bruno Fernandes gets you the goals, he gets you the assists. He's like consistently better than the other player there. So it all comes down to like how you perceive football and how you understand football and how you want to see your team play football. You know what I'm trying to say? Like,
Can I give you the worst football opinion I've ever
I
heard?
didn't watch him for stats, though. I didn't watch him because he was efficient every year. I watched
but you're
him
just talking about feelings.
No,
Feelings is not fact.
My feelings. I'm talking about a guy who was a world-class player and a world-class talent.
I agree.
That changed games, like revolutionized.
I think he's the third best winger in Premier League history, Hazard.
Who?
I think Hazard is the third best winger in Premier League history.
Who's ahead of him?
One is Ronaldo, two is Salah.
Okay.
Ronaldo 1, Salah 2, Hazard 3. That's my
I think Ronaldo's clear Salah, but you know what I mean? Like, that's a...
Yeah, but I just said Ronaldo 1, Salah 2, Hazard 3.
Salah. Okay, sorry.
Yeah, but that's because my metrics are consistent. I don't look at just ability. This is what I do. I say, fuck the trophies. Let's look at the players. I look at ability. I look at stats. I look at consistency, and I look at individual awards. The reason why I look at individual awards and
as well, you know, like, I don't know why Giggs is not in this list, but I guess, you know,
yeah, but Giggs, I think it's more longevity, even towards the end of the
longevity. Why is that seen as a crime in football?
No, I'm not using it as a crime.
Still in the Premier League, still nobody's beating that assist record. I don't think.
No, listen. Giggs is absolutely fantastic player, but if you're talking about influence and effect on a team, I think the other three affected the team more.
Wow, that's crazy. But again, you know what it is? It's recency bias. I hear it. You know what I mean? We're seeing.
But if it's recency bias, I would put Salah above Ronaldo. I'm putting Ronaldo first.
No, but the thing is, Ronaldo's, you know, he's just solidified as a modern day winger anyway. But I'm talking about going back to Giggs, right? Like, people didn't appreciate what he did. Like, he was literally a touchline winger who not only was so intelligent, but just so dynamic in what he did. Like, going down the byline, put the ball in, like his dribbling. Like, he was just a special player. But again, I hear it. Maybe the longevity he moved into.
Yeah, but I think also there's a bit of like a modern era thing where even you as a United fan, you probably experienced it. You might say like the best centre back I've ever seen is Rio Ferdinand. Some older United fan will tell you Yap Stam was better type thing. You get what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, you know what? Yap Stam is up there though. I think Yap Stam is well, you know when people talk about Van Dijk, yeah, I think honestly conversations have to be like Yap Stam as well. Like, you know, in terms of like the impact. Like, imagine that, like winning 3 Premier Leagues in a row, like.
But then why do you bring up for your own players? Why do you bring up trophies? But bring that up for Salah Hazard. Salah won the Champions League. Hazard.
If you look at the thing is, you got to look at the impact he had when he came in Champions League as well. Like, he was so instrumental in that as well. And it's like, that's what I'm comparing it to when people say about Van Dijk. Yeah, you know, about him being here in that moment. People need to remember, like, yo, like, Stam was unbelievable. You know what I'm trying to say? So. But I do believe Van Dijk's in there as well. Them conversations with Rio and them. Man.
Yeah, but you want to know the difference between the Stam argument and the Scholes argument is that Yap Stam actually won individual awards, so he was recognized as an individual.
Again, you know what it is, bro. That's the problem. Like, for me, I don't need to rate a player because he didn't win an individual award. Like, it's so many players. Like, look at Lewandowski. Man didn't get his Ballon d'Or, but you know,
yeah, but he was still nominated.
Yeah, I know, but I'm just letting you know, like, you know, just because
I'm not asking him to win the Ballon d'Or. I'm saying, can you be top 30?
Nominated, I don't.
Yeah, but Scholes was never top 30. So how can you claim he's so important?
Yeah, because again,
he never won Man United Player of the Year.
You know
so not 1 year he was your most important player.
Even 1 year. You look at awards now, the same way you look at awards now, and how it really doesn't mean that much because of the fact that it's just so many players are in there that don't need to.
That's who I think Rodri deserved Ballon d'Or.
Well. No, I'm talking about the award list right now. Let's be honest, it's a joke though. The players that are in there, yes or no, are they a joke? Yes or no?
No.
The players that are in
I'm not a nostalgia merchant like you. I actually think we have this season as an example.
I think when you look at the players that are in there for the Ballon d'Or now and compare what it used to be, is it the same? Yes or no?
No, but players from back in the day are better than now, but that's Pep's fault.
That's what I'm saying to you. So in Scholes' era, I'm not saying that there was players better than Scholes, but the caliber of players were unbelievable.
Jamie Carragher got a nomination, ya Saeed. Haram alaik. I'm saying nomination top 30. That's all I'm saying.
Again, I really don't really care about. For me,
Luis Garcia got a nomination.
If you were to ask a lot of footballers right now, you talk to them, yo, did you need that nomination for you to respect that player? They say, nah, bro. We knew that player was quality, man. There's so many players that were unbelievable that didn't get any awards or nominated for awards. Like, none
in football history other than your ginger guy.
When you actually look at the impact this guy had, over 100 Premier League goals, crucially part of Sir Ferguson's title-winning teams, bro. Like, For me, I don't need the award to look at.
Yeah, you're changing your arguments. You're changing your arguments.
I'm just letting you
Oh,
know
you
that.
are. Wallahi, you are.
Idea
you know
of awards in your head, and then it's like he's not really a good player. Then if he's not got an award,
no, that's not what I'm saying. Okay. Can I explain it to you? Just so
the reason for your argument is like it's flawed because you're literally basing it off an award or being nominated for an award.
I'm not basing it off award only. That's not what I said. I said ability. I said stats. I said longevity, and I said individual.
100 Premier League goals.
Type, hear me out. I said
how many goals did Gerrard get in his career?
Gerrard has more goals than Scholes in the Prem.
How many did he get though?
I don't know. I didn't memorize. I think it's 120 something, 121. I think he has more goals, and he played deeper, and he's more versatile.
Position for longer in his career.
Hear me out.
Going through him as well.
Let me explain to you the individual awards thing.
Jeez, man, it's crazy.
The reason why I look at individual awards, hear me out. The reason why I look at individual awards is they represent a player importance in a team. Because I'll give you a prime example, has nothing to do with Man United.
Yeah.
If I were to use trophies, the best ever left back in history is Maxwell. And he started in all those teams. Maxwell, the PSG left back, because he won 2 trebles, he won 2 Champions Leagues, he won league titles in Brazil, in Netherlands.
Best left back in the world, you say? Best back ever.
I'm saying if I use trophy logic, ya habibi.
Oh, trophy logic. Okay, go on.
Okay, as an example, who's the best Premier League player ever?
Premier League player ever?
Henry.
Yeah, probably Thierry Henry.
Thierry Henry only has 2 league titles in 9 years.
Again, it depends. You just got me there, but I think I would have chosen someone else. But yeah, Thierry Henry's up there.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
We'll give you Thierry Henry right now, but yeah,
that's what I'm saying. So listen, let me just, khalas, we went down a nostalgia. I don't want to.
Wayne Rooney. I don't know, man. I can vouch for Wayne Rooney being better than Thierry Henry if I wanted to.
I rate Wayne Rooney highly. I rate Wayne Rooney very highly.
Yeah, I think people disrespect Wayne Rooney too much.
But look at the metrics I used. He has the stats, he has the ability, he has the individual awards, and he has longevity. So I rate Rooney. There is many people think it's a Man United agenda. You're saying hate, right? Can I tell you Man United players that I rate very highly? Schmeichel, Van der Sar, David De Gea, Roy Keane, Rio Ferdinand, Patrice Evra, Dennis Irwin, Yap Stam. I could tell you like genuinely 10 players. But the one thing that pisses me off with Paul Scholes is people, and you have to admit this genuinely, after he retired, are revising his career because United fans got jealous. Because when we were growing up, wallahi al-azim, the argument was Gerrard Lampard. As soon as Scholes retired, you felt left out. So you had to include someone in the debate. Gerrard, Scholes himself said something in a video.
All the players, but you just never named Paul Scholes as being.
Yeah, I rate Rooney, Van Persie, Van Nistelrooy, all of them I rate.
That's crazy, man. That's crazy.
So just because I don't rate one Man United player, I can't, like, I'm crazy.
Yeah,
crazy. You said Hazard is better than Salah. That's more crazy than me saying
who don't you rate? Who don't you rate? Is it just Scholes you don't rate?
Yes, just Scholes. I think that's the one player is genuinely the most overrated in Premier League history. I don't think he's a top 5 midfielder of all time. I'm taking Gerrard above him, Lampard above him. I'm taking Patrick Vieira above him. I'm taking Kevin De Bruyne above him, and I'm taking Roy Keane above him, and I'm taking Cesc Fabregas above him as well. I'm taking Yaya Toure above him as well. Big up. Let me just do these super chats before I just ask Saeed about the modern day Man United because he's getting too happy right now. You get me? I definitely got him, chat. I actually did get him today. You get me? So I love using people's logic against them. That's my specialty. I don't want to keep it for too long. I know we have to as well go do Ihya Laylat al-Qadr because it's 27th night. So let me just do these and I'll ask you about Amorim and stuff because I don't want you too happy. You have to be a bit more upset when you talk about modern era. 2-0 in the chat. Look, even your own community is saying 2-0. I got you today. One day, please, this summer. And I'm giving you a genuinely, I'm saying this. Just do Saeed X Husam on your channel in the summer. Invite me to talk about the Scholes thing. I'm so ready. I'm being respectful for now, man. I think for me, listen, I'm gonna give you 2 months of studying to do, but don't worry, it's all up here for me.
I'm taking it all in, man. Look at the back, man. Like, look at this.
Yeah, but I rate many Man United players. It's not Man United hatred. I just said Keane is top 5 Premier League midfielder of all time. Anyway. Big up to Nader says, great link up, Ramadan Kareem brothers,
Yeah,
free
man.
Palestine, free Lebanon.
man.
Big up, Nader, of course, always.
Always.
أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وأشهد أن سيدنا وحبيبنا شفيعنا محمد بن عبد الله رسول الله اللهم تقبل صيامنا وصلاتنا ودعانا آمين يا رب العالمين. To the Don Husam and Saeed, smash the like people. Love, 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 love. Big up JJ Ash, our Sudanese brother, and congratulations. Inshallah, Jordan and Sudan both in the World Cup.
Yeah,
Inshallah.
man. They won.
Big
I think
up.
they won. Who did they beat? I think they beat. Was it?
And they drew with Senegal away as well. Well done, Sudan.
Okay.
Well done.
Yeah,
MashaAllah, in the middle of a war as well. Big up to Nino says, welcome to the GOAT channel on YouTube. Read it again louder, Husam. I think Saeed sits on the back seat of Anfield Road. You are the only Man United channel I'm sub to. At least you're showing me some love. I drowned for your tears in the 7-0. Big up, bro. Hey, big up to you, Nino. Appreciate you. Thanks so much for the super chat. Big up to JJ Ash, who says the demise of United resembles that of Brazil, the way that they were demolished by Argentina. No longer bringing long together talent. Performances, no result is quite astonishing. Once upon a time, I do agree, because they do the same thing. Once upon a time, we had Wayne Rooney. Once upon a time, we had R9. Adi, it's the same exact thing. I'm going to steal this analogy from you, JJ Ash. Huh? That's a great analogy. I'm going to steal it. Big up to you. Great point, Husam, because global scale doesn't do jack shit for the club now. That's I
didn't mention that. I didn't mention that.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Okay, so I tell you this. If you're as bad as this, within 5 years from now, I think we'll have more fans.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah. 5 years, 100%. I think right now, I think you need to assert more dominance in the Premier League. I think now, let's see what Liverpool can do now. If you don't win this Premier League now, but don't take advantage of United, how poor they are, because I don't see United win the Premier League title for the next 5 years.
Yeah, you need at least 4 years, like genuinely.
4 years, yeah, easily.
United fans toured from trophy merchants to fan base. Hazard is better than Ronaldo as a pure footballer. I disagree with this.
That there is. We had a big monsters on my channel the week. I couldn't believe it, bro. The disrespect Ronaldo gets as a footballer is ridiculous. He was tearing people apart.
Oh, you see how I'm not disingenuous? I don't move the goalposts to suit my argument. Who did I say is the best winger in Premier League history? Ronaldo. Why?
Ronaldo,
One Ballon d'Or, consistent, longevity, etc. We cooked. Big up to Aslan. I got Saeed today. He knows it as well. Saeed in 2009 were United bigger club than LFC, but they had more titles still and Champions Leagues them. Don't fall for the trap. Forget the 70s. They won less titles in your lifetime than Arsenal. Fuck's sake. You can say this, but even when you talk about like major trophies, if we win the league this season, Arsenal fans have only seen 3 league titles. We're about to win 2 leagues, 2 UCLs modern era. So you can't even say that.
Yeah.
And Saeed, would you take 3 league titles or 2 leagues, 2 UCLs?
Bro, right now, I'll take anything, mate. You know, you're mad. Man, I think for me, I'll always choose Premier Leagues over Champions Leagues, though. I don't know what it is about Premier Leagues, but I think I'd rather win consecutively Premier Leagues than Champions League. I don't know.
I'd rather win Champions League, but for Liverpool specifically, it has to be Prem until we overtake.
Yeah. Because in Premier League, you've earned it over 38 game period. With the Champions League, some people say, "Oh, you had an easy run in. You didn't deserve it here," you know what I mean, and whatnot. Like, so that's why I prefer the Premier League over.
Yeah, I hear you. Big upside for the take on Ronaldinho. Only the real ones know why he was the start of the generation, not Nazario, Brazil's number 10. But I don't know about Hazard, bro, is what Nishant is saying. Hey, Ronaldinho Gaucho is in my top 5 of all time because all the metrics apply. Important player, and even longevity. Like having 5 years at the top is a long time, bro. Like even number 80 for AC Milan, he was still cooking. Gerrard is the best English after Kevin Keegan. Fairs, football knowledge, big up to you.
Yeah, debatable, but yeah.
KDB is clear of both. KDB, the GOAT Premier League. You can see here, modern era Arsenal fan. KDB, the GOAT. Be quiet. Be quiet. KDB, the GOAT, my ass. Scholes better than Gerrard in biting toenails. Wallahi, that video is crazy.
Yeah, that's crazy. I can't lie. That there, I can't defend that.
Yeah, that one you can't defend, innit?
I can't defend.
Not for Ramadan. Husam, you're going to support Madrid. How are you blaming FSG for Trent when he never had any intention of signing and the club offered him huge money in future captaincy? Your guy's getting no nice send-off. Hold that. You can feel free to be entitled to this opinion. I'm looking at it from a different perspective. Dave O'Copp's article 2 days ago. Go read it. Ambition. If he's accepting less money at Real Madrid, this is not a money move. This is a legacy move, an ambition move. And Ryan, just like all the rest of the Liverpool fans, you can't guarantee me that Liverpool are going to do their absolute best to retain next season. They're not. Hazard won Player of the Year at 17 years in France. Yeah, that's why he's third on my list. He has longevity. Completely agree. People see Van Dijk never did it against Henry, Rooney, and players back in the day. Messi, Ronaldo, Haaland, Mbappe. Okay, sure. I do think nostalgia is killing some of the people with these arguments, man. Like, you can't act
Yeah,
like...
I agree.
Yeah, like, nostalgia doesn't have to apply in everything in life. Come on, man. I don't know about Jordan, but the reason why it was Gerrard Lampard debates here in England is because it was accepted that Scholes was clear of both. Wallah, he said no one ever. You just completely made that up. No one wanted to be Scholes. Growing up, genuinely, I promise you right now, I will never lie. No one actually wanted to be Scholes. Even in the UAE, Arabs had Gerrard 4 England shirt and the Lampard 8 shirt. Bro, every day that was the argument. Gerrard has a Gerrard hotel in Indonesia. You cannot make this. There's no Scholes hotel in Manchester, Habibi. So Henry and Guardiola, best coach, and here we go. Guys, here come the fake quote. Here comes the fake quotes. Best coach in history. Apparently, GOAT both said they prefer Scholes because they're United fan who got jealous of the Lampard debate. Okay, I will respond to this I'll bring you a Guardian article. Zidane said that Gerrard is better than Messi and Ronaldo in 2009. Alex Ferguson wanted to sign Gerrard. He refused. Mourinho wanted to sign him at Inter, at Chelsea, at Real Madrid, and he refused. Mourinho, go look at the quotes of Mourinho. Totti said Gerrard would be the captain of the World 11. Andrea Pirlo, with an article I can link you. Unlike you, I don't make up fake quotes. With an article I can bring you. Andrea Pirlo told Ancelotti, go and sign Gerrard. I want to play next to Gerrard in AC Milan. It's an actual quote. I can bring you quotes from Kaká, from all great footballers. What does that do? I can do quotes about Lampard. Who gives a fuck? Fuck the quotes. Use your own logic. Never even won Man United Player of the Year. Goat my ass. Anyway, we do have 830 people watching, you guys. Appreciate you all. Do hit the like button. Do subscribe. Let's talk about modern era now. No more nostalgia. I don't want to keep it for too long. I know you have to go. I have to go as well. I know. Don't worry about it, Habib. I won't keep you too long. Modern era right now. Civil War. Ineos, Ratcliffe, Amorim. You've seen in your own fan base people are turning on the manager as well. Talk to me, brother. What do you make of the current state of Man United, and how can you solve it?
I think the current state is that they're trying to find a different way to compete. I think right now it doesn't look great. I would argue that last season's summer's recruitment wasn't as bad. I think it was a decent summer recruitment. I don't think it's amazing, but I think it was good enough. When you look at Mazraoui, 12 million. De Ligt is still a decent centre-back. Xerxes, we've seen the qualities that he can bring to the team. Ogate, there's question marks there, but, you know, under a competent team, he can have his values. Lenny Euro one for the future, you know, and he will become a valuable player in the future. So if we look at them, and if we look at the spending we did as well, we didn't get bombed in the market. And maybe we overpaid a little bit for Lenny Euro. So in that aspect, we've not done any bad decisions in the summer. Could we have kept a few players in the team? You know, could we have sold a few players? Yes. But ultimately, the board made a huge mistake, bro, in not sacking Ten Hag in the summer. You know, I was devastated. I was absolutely fuming. And, you know, they didn't sell him. And I'm not saying that Amorim is getting a free pass this season, but ultimately, you got to understand that he's having to work with a team that he's had no preseason with. He's had to find a new system, you know, and stick to his beliefs and principles, which I feel for me, you have to respect that rather than just say, you know what, let's play 4-2-3-1, counter-attacking, and, you know, it's going to be all rosy, happy families. No. And yeah, man, it's been tough, man. It's been one of the worst seasons I can remember. We're still in the Europa League. We're still actually unbeaten in the Europa League, which is crazy. You know what I mean? No other team is unbeaten in Europe. But nah, honestly, all in all, I think Ineos, when I look at what they're trying to do, I think for me, I don't trust them, if I'm being honest with you. I think they've got a lot to do. I think they've done a lot of damage, sacking Ashworth, you know, sacking Ten Hag too late, a lot of money being spent wrongly. But then there's also parts of it I'm like, you know what? Fair play for doing the interview. Fair play for fronting up about the club. Fair play for being a bit honest and where we are right now. Cool. But now there's a lot of talking, and he loves to talk, this Jim Ratcliffe. They love to talk. Omar Barada. But can you now walk the walk? Can you now get Man United? Forget winning titles. Can you get them competing? Forget all this stuff about, oh, Man United, we want them to win a title by 2028. No, just get us competing where we actually don't get smacked up at home by Newcastle, Nottingham Forest. Teams like this, you know, we're not 13th in March, end of March. Like, we've got to be in a situation where Man United should be competing you know, and not letting teams roll us over. Like, you know, Liverpool rolled us over a couple of years. And Amorim, for me, tactically, I think he's very, very good. Is he naive sometimes? Yes. Has he got a big future? Is he going to succeed at Man United? I don't know, if I'm being honest with you. But what I will say is, though, we need to give him time. We can't just sack managers anymore. Even for me, I'll be honest with you, I've had to change my ways now. I can't just call for managers to be sacked every time. Because for me, it comes a situation of, yo, it's like a new toy. Okay, you go and get who then after this? Who then comes in and changes it? It's a systemic problem, man. It's a big, big problem at United. Like, it's not going to change overnight. There's not a thing that's wrong with Man United. There's multiple layers as to what is wrong with Man United. Starting from the Glazers, all the way down to players that have been overpaid, overhyped, overrated. As soon as you start putting them all together, you're finding out what and why, what has gone wrong. You know, and you look at the fan base as well. The fan base is very, very toxic, man. We will say a player is done, or we will say a player is not good enough after maybe 3-4 months. You know, we'll do this, we'll do that. I think even, including me, I'm part of it as well. As a fan base collectively, we don't know what we want. We don't know how we're going to get to success. What style of football we like. Do we like transition? Do we like possession? You know, when you go to United and you go to the stadium, they'll say, get the ball down the byline and just run with it. Whereas, I don't know, some other people that, like for Liverpool fans, they maybe appreciate the possession-based football a little bit more, what Slaughter's brought in. Yeah. So it's a culture thing, man. You know what I mean? It's a lot of things. People living in the past, you know, until we get all of that stuff rectified, it's going to be a long while. And I'm not expecting Man United, even next season, to be top 6, if I'm being honest with you. If you told me right now where Man United going to finish, I'll say United struggle to finish top 6. Right now, if I'm looking at the recruitment, if I'm looking at the fact that I don't think we're going to win the Europa League, that means we're not going to have Champions League money, no Europa League money. Look at all in all together, next season, when I look at teams like Bournemouth, Nottingham Forest, Newcastle, Villa, Brighton, they're not rubbish teams anymore, you know. They can compete, they can spend now. They've got good players, they've got good managers now. The gap is getting smaller and smaller. Yeah. You know, so I feel like for me, you don't have a divine right now to say because you're Man United, you should be top 4. No, don't work like that. You've got to earn the right to get there. And if that means next season we play good football, but then we don't get to top 4, but we get to around maybe 6th, 7th, then you have to build on it in the season after. Do you get the time? Probably not. So right now, I'm not in a situation where I can demand. I can say to myself, yo, I demand United get top 4. I demand this, I demand that. The reality is, I don't think it's going to be there. So there's no point going mad if that's not the situation. So yeah, man, it's a lot of problems, man, and we need to fix it. So
you're more like blaming the ownership than the manager himself.
Yeah. You have to. The manager's got some problems. Sometimes tactically he's not there, but the manager's only one part of the problem. You go and get a manager now, and we have the same problems. Who's it down to? It's down to the ownership, man. They brought this guy in. They said now or never. They didn't back him fully in January. They now have to back him fully in the summer. They don't do that. It's on the players. We know how good Amorim is. We've seen it in Europe. We've seen his capabilities, what he can do. You know, is he going to be the man before the man? We don't know. Is he the man to take us forward? I don't know. But ultimately, you have to give that chance. You can't just say, you know what, after 6 months, sack him. You can't really, man. I might have the understanding, though, that if it goes wrong, he wins the Europa, he loses, he goes out to Lyon and then has a miserable end to the season, he gets sacked. It's football,
it's a possibility you get eliminated by Lyon. They're not bums, like they're a good team.
Yeah. I think they're a very good team, you know. I think they're a very good team. But, you know, we win this Europa League, it'll be crazy. Honestly, if we win this Europa League, yeah, man. I've seen it all, mate. I've seen it all, but I don't.
I'm not even saying this to banter it. Like, even if you get past Lyon, I think there are tough teams in that.
We got Bilbao after Bilbao, or I think it's someone else.
Yeah, Bilbao. You got Bilbao to worry about. You get me, Lazio. Yeah. Like those are not easy.
You know what I mean? Right now, I just have to make sure Liverpool don't win the league. That's it. My aim right now is just for Liverpool not to win the league. That's it.
But next that's season, something you can't do anymore.
That's the only thing I've got right now is make sure Liverpool do not win the league next year. That's it.
Next year?
Yeah, next year. Obviously, when is this year? Next year, that's it. But operation, my whole situation is like, yo, Liverpool don't win the league? Khalas.
You remind me of myself 15 years ago.
That's it, bro. That's what we got right now. City, you don't bother me about City because City I've got City family. Most of my family is City fans. Like most of my family, like there's only maybe one, my older brother. That was it. Everyone else, 4 or 5 of them, they're all City fans. So they're loving life. So it doesn't really hurt me as much because I'm like, your brother's in it. So whatever they're happy, you're kind of happy in it. So, but if Liverpool, yeah, that's when it gets serious, man. And that's where for me, yeah, it's not great. And that's what we have. We can't even compete. How do we be able to compete? I would not be as kind of mad, because then you've had control of the situation. When you have no control over the situation and you allow teams like Arsenal, Man City, and especially Arsenal, when you have to rely on flipping Arsenal to do you a favor, khalas, innit? Khalas, man. Just, end it, man. You know what I mean, bro? That's the reality, bro. Relying on Arsenal.
I do. So do you think there is light at the end of this tunnel? Like, on a real, how do Man United get out of this? So if you're Saeed right now, how do you bring Man United out of this situation? Like, what's your solution? Because at some point in time, you're going to have to get out of this position.
Good recruitment. Like, see, for me, I would go within the Premier League. I would go and get Mbeumo. I would go and get players like that are Cunha, players that are good enough in the Premier League. I would try to avoid going out of Europe now.
Premier League proven, you're saying?
Premier League proven. Don't buy players from overseas. Okay, maybe a few here and there, but go and get. I think there's a lot of talent in the Premier League that you don't even need to go to the. Yeah, even Mateta. I wouldn't mind Mateta up front. You know what I'm saying? I think there's good enough strikers.
Damn, you're that desperate. You're going to take Mateta.
No, I'm not saying. I said I wouldn't mind him. I said it was not my first choice. But Mateta's not a bad player.
You would actually take Mateta at Man United?
I would. Yeah, I would take him.
Now you're finished as a club. I know you're finished as a club now.
No, but Mateta's not a bad. Like, you know, Mateta's got.
Would you take Chris Wood as well?
Salah in the last year? He's got more goals than Salah in the last year.
That's not true. That's impossible. It's true.
No, I mean in the last calendar year. I'm talking about 2024. I'm sure I've seen the stat. Salah has Mateta had more goals.
You just got done dirty by a Twitter account because there's no way that's a real stat.
I'm sure I've seen something, bro.
He's got 27 goals this season, Salah. That alone is more than all the goals Mateta scored in Premier League. Yeah,
sure. Guys, someone in the chat stats check it. I'm sure there was in the calendar.
Would you take Chris Wood at your club as well?
Sorry?
Did you take Chris Wood?
No, I wouldn't take Chris Wood. No, I think Mateta's got more layers to his game. Yeah.
I love this, guys. I love this.
That's more on you for thinking Mateta's a bad striker.
No, I think Mateta's all right.
Like where we are right now. Like, don't get me wrong, Osimhen is at the highest of the list here, but I don't see if United don't get Champions League football. I'm only looking at what Man United are going to get next season. Like, and unfortunately, Mateta is up there. Like, I don't think there's anything bad wrong with him. I think he gets goals, he causes problems. You know what I mean? Like, he's a nuisance. Technically, he's very good. He can link up play. He's not the quickest. People just look at he's not being quick. And listen, man, Jota, there's players that you've got here that have got pace, have got all these ability here, but really and truly, do you rate them?
No, I rate Salah and Gakpo. That's it.
You don't rate Diaz. You don't rate Jota.
No, I'd sell Diaz, Nunes, Jota. I'd sell
there you go then. So it's one of them, man. Like, for me,
I would replace them with Mateta.
If you look at our strikers, mate, you've seen our strikers.
Yeah, Højlund.
Yeah,
Xerxes is just as shit as well.
Sorry?
Xerxes is just as shit as well.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Oh, here we go. Are you going to do the whole Xerxes prop thing?
I think Xerxes is a good player. I don't understand this hate for Xerxes. Xerxes had a good start to the season, right? Then the manager decided to swap him around with Osimhen, with Højlund. He lacked a bit of form. But since then, I think Xerxes has been a very useful player for us. Like, link up play, in terms of the way we try to play out. You know what I mean? Like, he's got a bit more about him than Højlund will ever do. Like, Højlund might get you here 100 goals in that. But if you actually watch Xerxes' game, like, you can see what he's about. You can see what he was brought in for. So yeah, man, Xerxes is not a scrub, man. Xerxes, for me, I've always backed Xerxes. And I always will, because I feel like he's got fundamentals in his game that you could benefit from. So yeah, man.
We are the famous CFC. Thank you for the raid, Marshall. Famous CFC, currently below Forest, competing in the Conference League. Very famous. I hear where Saeed's coming from when it comes to his club. I do think that they eventually will get out of this, but they do need good recruitment. He's spot on.
Yeah,
if you don't
important
recruitment right, it's impossible.
Don't get recruitment, we're finished. We're finished.
Literally impossible. That's
Kind
just
of dribbling. Yeah, like he's a good player, but has to be for the right price. You know?
Ras Malai, both are terrible YouTubers. My chat is subscribers only. So you subscribe to a terrible YouTuber to tell him he's a terrible YouTuber.
Man.
That's worse. That's actually worse than being terrible.
Haters are good, man. Haters are good, man. They
I love it. I just love responding.
Going, man. Shout out to the haters, man, in the chat.
Let me just read these 3 super chats before we wrap up. Big up to Facts Only, who says people love to use quotes. So here we go. Gerrard is England's greatest ever player, Messi in 2016. Gerrard has been the best player in the world for the last 5 years, Pele in 2010. I could genuinely, if I just open new tab and do quotes about Gerrard, I can get you about 50 different quotes. Quotes mean nothing, guys. Quotes mean nothing, please. And they're not made up quotes. Like the Gerrard quotes are actually real quotes.
And I don't think mine are made up.
Apparently, they asked Zidane, who's the best midfielder in the world? He said, I don't know. Go ask Paul Scholes. I dare anyone find me the article or the interview where he said,
I will. I'll get it.
I dare you. All of them are made up quotes. None of them are actually real.
If I get the sauce for you, then yeah, you're gonna hold that.
Appreciate you. Terima kasih, Facts Only. Appreciate you, my brother. That's how to say thank you in Bahasa, which is Indonesian and Malaysian language. Here's a quote. Scholes 11 league titles and 2 Champions League. Here's a quote. Using your logic, Maxwell is better than Evra and Dennis Irwin because he has more leagues and more Champions Leagues. Big up, though. Big up. See, when I use your logic again, I destroy you using your logic. Destroy you. Don't try me, mate. Once upon a time, United got Robin Van Persie of Arsenal. Now they want Mateta of Palace. Come on, Saeed. You're better than this.
Who's he support?
Mantis? Who do you support, Mantis?
Yeah, who do you support?
Regardless, he makes a valid point, to be fair.
If he's an Arsenal fan and he's got Havertz in his team, I don't want to be hearing that, mate, because Mateta, for me, is better than Havertz. So I want to know who he supports.
That's not difficult being better than Havertz, to be fair.
I just want to see. I want to see who he actually supports.
Tell me, Mantis. Tell me.
He's got to be. He's probably a Liverpool fan, man.
By the way, you're a Liverpool fan, yeah?
Yeah, Liverpool fan.
Yeah, you can't say anything. Can't even say anything. By the way, guys, just you get me. Faz was supposed to be on today's stream, but he's joining us right now. Big up to Faz. Thank you so much, my guy Faz. Appreciate you, my brother. Big up. Wow. You get me? Never ever disrespect my thumbnails guy again, Faz. You get me? The thumbnails guy takes shit personally. You should always know this, man. You should always know this. Big up, Faz. Big up. Anyway, listen, we're gonna wrap it up here, you guys. Appreciate you all. Thank you, Saeed, for jumping on. Anything you want to say before we wrap up?
No, big up, man. Big up for having me on, man. And, yeah, man, good chat, good debate. You know what I'm saying to you? Leave a like on the video, man. The likes help the channel. You know what I mean? Trick it to other subscribers and whatnot. So, yeah, man. Big up the community, man.
Big up to you, Saeed. Listen, big up everyone locked in. Saeed TV is in the description. Do give him a subscribe if you're under a rock and you don't know who Saeed is. So give him a subscribe if you haven't yet done so. Make sure you guys are liking the video. Make sure you guys are subscribing to the channel if you're yet to do so. Big up to you, Vel. This is the thumbnails guy right here. Big up, Vel. He said he likes today's thumbnail at least. You get me? So we got that W right there. Big up, Vel. Big up.
Yeah, big up.
Big up, Vel. Make sure you guys are liking and subscribing. And tomorrow I'm back, inshallah, 2:30 p.m. UK time with LB, Max, and Wolfie to talk about the title race. I'm back with Tom Little at 8 p.m. UK time to talk about the Liverpool rebuild. You get me? So there's a lot of content coming your way. I know it's the international break and you're bored. So yeah, make sure you guys are all praying as well tonight. It's the night of the 27th. Make sure you're all doing Ihya Laylatul Qadr. Go and pray 4 rak'ahs, 2 rak'ahs, whatever you can. Love you all. And we'll see you guys tomorrow, inshallah. Peace out.